This is going to be Valconic, Valkyrie, and Medic Marine. At least to start out with. Who the hell knows what Fantasy's going to do after this? He's going to have some bizarre tech switch, I'm sure, but oh man. So ZerO not committing to the sunken colonies just yet, and now he's getting up his Hydralisk Den, so there's no telling what he's going to do. But I think right now he's getting 9 mutas out to start out with, get some harassment. One Valkyrie is going to be out for Fantasy. He's going to have that Valkyrie there ready to attack the mutas, but one Valkyrie is pretty weak. You want to get a group of about 3. That seems to be the magical number when it comes to Valkyries. 3 Valkyries will just scare away any amount of mutas, and as long as you keep them by Medic Marines or something, you can fight off the Scourge that will be inevitable. The Valkyrie now being spotted, going out there, attacking the clump of mutas. And the reason the Valkyries they do so much damage is because of the splash. They actually don't do a lot of damage just with regular shots, but they splash everything, and really, really bad for Mutalisk clumps. So one Overlord goes down, and of course Valkyries just destroy Overlords like no one's business. But yep, I'd say that ZerO, he's working on getting some Scourge out right now. He's definitely going to need probably about 6 of them, if not more, because Fantasy is keeping his Valkyries by his Medic Marines. You see Zergling speed is up for ZerO. He's going to try to stop the scout at the 2 o'clock base, try to keep Fantasy away from there, but I think that is where Fantasy is going to go. He's kind of hanging around here. He's not going to have much defense at home if he goes out with his Valkyries, which it looks like he's doing. Going out there with his Valkyries to help out his Medic and Marines. A very nice little anti-air thing. Here comes the Scourge. Fantasy's got to focus on the Scourge, though. He doesn't want to lose a Valkyrie this early. Oh, loses a Valkyrie, so back down to 2. He had a nice little number of 3 there for a second, and ZerO did the right thing, going out there, snipe as many as he can, keep that Valkyrie count low, because if the Valkyrie count gets about 3 or 4, he's not going to be able to do anything with those mutas. Anything. But Fantasy, that was kind of bad of him not to focus fire on those Scourge. It gets a little bit difficult to do that. The little buggers are so tiny. But, yep, had to protect that Valkyrie. But he's going to come up with a reinforcement Valkyrie pretty soon, I'm sure. And I'd say that ZerO's best shot at this point is maybe go for a counterattack, get some economic harassment, and make Fantasy pull back those Valkyries. He has his lurkers protecting the front barely in time, and now he has all of his mutas here as well. Looks like he lost both of his Scourge and 3 Valkyries in for Fantasy. This is going to be deadly for that clump of mutas. But ZerO, he's focusing everything to protecting this 2 o'clock base. He cannot afford to lose this at all. So that's why he was up there with his mutas, and now he's going to try to trick Fantasy and go down and get some harassment, I think. Fantasy is actually backing off. He doesn't think he's going to be able to break through the choke with the lurkers there, and he's probably right. It's going to take him a while to get tanks out to make this count. Here come the Scourge. Fantasy falling back, finally taking care of those Scourge. But okay, Fantasy's over here. I see a couple idle SCVs for Fantasy, actually. It looks like he's kind of losing his touch in this game. Don't lose the touch. More factories coming up. Oh, another tech switch from Fantasy. What the hell are you going to do, Fantasy? I don't even know anymore. This could be a Goliath build, or he could be going for Mass Vulture to go out there, lay some mines, and do some harassment of these bases. Your guess is as good as mine, viewer. But okay, ZerO was looking for a 3rd base, and I think the Fantasy was going to throw that down. He had this SCV over there, but the timing on that is going to be a little bit delayed now. And, okay, let's see what ZerO does. Has his Nidus Canal up, so he's focusing everything still to protecting that 2 o'clock base before he even thinks about throwing down another one. Going down with his Zerglings, getting a scout on these pesky vultures. Oh, this vulture is going to cause a lot of damage if ZerO should decide to commit mostly to Zerglings. But now he's in here. He's going to deny this base even longer. And come on, Fantasy. At least have a few troops over there defending that. Can't let bases go down to about 6 Zerglings. That wouldn't be good. So, okay, Fantasy is going to camp outside of the natural expansion of ZerO's now. What are you doing, Fantasy? Yeah, he's going for mass vultures. Ridiculous. And he's actually upgrading something on it at the machine shop, which I assume is mines, because I don't think he has mines yet. I think I saw vulture speed on that vulture. But Defilers are out now. Oh, nice little surround. Well, nice little Dark Swarm there from always very within range of those that mine, though. This could be very bad. Actually, if he does transfer all of his drones over and that mine drags into one of the larvae, yeesh, that would be bad. But okay, Fantasy looking around, trying to find a position where he can throw down another base. I think he is setting up down at the 6 o'clock position. I see a lot of activity down there, although that could just be troops, but I don't think so. Yeah, build a bunker. Oh, as Marines, one Marine makes it into the bunker, but that's not going to be enough to get rid of this pack of mutas. And the bad thing for a Volcanic build is you want to get out a science vessel eventually. It's hard to get that out in time to render the mutas useless. With a normal, standard type of build, these mutas would have been long gone by now. But they're still in here getting plenty of harassment. Valkyries coming up. And now Fantasy has mines all over the place, mines all over the map. So that's going to help with scouting purposes too. He's going to know where the mutas are so he can chase them with Valkyries. Getting rid of the Scourge. The bad part about a Valkyrie is it can't really move when it's firing, so that makes it, when you're committed to attacking, so better have some troops nearby to protect those Valkyries if things should go to hell. But okay, some troops up at the 10 o'clock. Fantasy, not really sure what he was doing up there, maybe looking for another base from ZerO. Nope, he was trying to build a base of his own. Man, Fantasy is having bad luck building bases in this game. Still doesn't have his third. He was trying to be creative about where he built it. He was trying to build it at the 10 o'clock this time, but he's going to need more troops than that to protect it. I have to say, ZerO is doing a great job denying the base right now. But another base coming up. Oh, being landed right now by Fantasy over at the 3 o'clock position. He's got a base he can work on at the 10 o'clock. So Fantasy, if he plays his cards right, he's going to have a major economic advantage. Still committing heavy mech. He's going out with tanks this time, so he's going to be able to push the front finally. Man, Fantasy hasn't been able to do much in this game with his troop in the middle of the map. He's just had them camped out right next to the natural for about 5 minutes now, I think. So ZerO is probably going to push out. Actually, ZerO, he's going down with a lot of overlords. I think he's going to do a major drop soon. Yeah, I think he's going to do a drop inside of the main of Fantasies. There are mines here to scout this, but all very smart from ZerO, dragging all the mines away so he wouldn't be scouted. And it looks like Fantasy is not caught on. Fantasy is not caught on. He's not moving down with his Valkyries yet. Oh man, he's not moving with his Valkyries, so he's going to be completely dropped inside of the main. ZerO moving in with a couple of Scourge just in case he runs into a Valkyrie down here, but oh man, this could be bad. This could be bad, especially if there's a Defiler in one of these. This could be very, very bad.